Hey guys, it's Tristan. Thanks for checking me out here on TristTooth. So I had some friends who were asking me about how my interview with the Western U went, and I decided to make a video on what to expect on your interview day because I know it's mid-September right now, interviews are right around the corner, so a lot of you guys are probably pretty anxious about your interviews coming up. So hopefully this will kind of relieve you. I know there's also a lot of videos and interview tips, so I'll leave a couple links down below on videos that I use to help with my interviews, and hopefully you guys will find them helpful. So here we go. Here are 5 things to expect on your interview day. Number 1, you'll be meeting a lot of people. You'll be meeting faculty members, current dental students, and other interviewers who are currently interviewing at the same time as you. And one thing to keep in mind is that you just want to be kind, be friendly, and be considerate of other people. And to do that, you just want to be respectful. By doing all of this, that kind of helps you leave a really great impression on everyone that you've interacted with, and that can actually help you out with your interview. And maybe this might help some of you guys who are interviewing for the first time, but when I first interviewed, I was very nervous. I was very intimidated. I did not know what to expect. But when I started interacting with other people a lot more, I became a little bit more comfortable and less as anxious. So by interacting with other students, other faculty members, that'll help you ease your nerves. Number 2. A tour. You're gonna get a tour of the campus, and most often the school does include a tour in their interview day itinerary. Sometimes they won't include it, but if they don't, just make sure you take advantage of that opportunity. You're already on campus, so why not just take a look around? Because maybe if you are given the option to attend that school and you're kind of stuck and you don't know which school to go to because you have 2 in mind, then maybe just taking a tour of that campus will help you decide and be like, oh, I actually really liked what this campus looked like, and that's the determining factor of where you want to go to school. Number 3, finances. We all know that dental school is not cheap, because when I saw those numbers, I was gonna faint. Just breathe when you hear those numbers. Anyway, we all get to see what tuition is like for that particular school for not just that first year, but also by the end of the 4th year, you'll be able to know how much you're gonna owe once you graduate from that school if you're considering it as an option to attend there. And for a lot of people, that's a determining factor, because you want to think about, are you willing to spend a little bit more, well, not a little bit, but a lot more to attend this particular school, or are you a little bit more on the conservative side in terms of financial circumstances? Another thing that you kind of go over is loan disbursements and how much is in your budget that the government is going to be giving that school for each student to attend there. Each school has a different budget, so that's also something you'll go over, as well as payment plans. I actually decided on paying a little bit more for Western because even though it's a private school, it is a little bit more expensive, but I get to stay here in California where I'm from, be close to my family and friends, and everyone's still just in the backyard right here, and I don't really need to pay for tickets out to travel outside of the state, and I'm actually really fortunate for that opportunity. Number 4, interviews. This is the most important and crucial part of the day, and you want to make sure you know what type of interview the school is going to conduct. It could either be one-on-one, group dynamic interviews, or MMIs, which are multiple mini interviews. One-on-one interviews are usually with you and either one other person who is your interviewer, or it could be a panel where it's a interviewer and a student, or maybe a bunch of faculty members. But there's 2 types of one-on-one interviews. It could either be closed file or open file, and you want to make sure you know which type it is, because it does make a difference. Usually you can find this out on their website. If it's not on there, you can contact them and they will tell you. But an open file, basically, it's where the interviewer has access to your entire application and they can see all your information before you go to your interview. In that way, most of the questions that are asked are a lot more in depth of what you did with your background, with your past. It's a lot more biased in a sense because they already have a sense of what your academic standards are. The other type is closed file, where the interviewer could see a little bit of what your application entailed, but not entirely. And in this way, it's a lot more personable and the conversation is a lot more organic when they're trying to identify you as a person. And this is actually what I went through when I was interviewing for Western. Then you have your group dynamic interview, which, as the name kind of entails, you're interviewing within a group of other applicants as well. And in this way, it is a little bit impersonal, especially when you're being put on the spot and everyone else is there. It's kind of a little intimidating. The third type of interview is the MMIs, which are multiple mini interviews. Basically what happens is you are rotating throughout 6 or 7 different sections or rooms, and in front of each room you are given the prompt or the topic that it's about, and these can be hypothetical questions or scenario based, where you have to act out and role play how you would react in a specific situation. And this is kind of just testing your ethics and communication skills and just seeing what your thought process is. Number 5, FAQs. Usually at the end of the day, or end of the interview day, you have a section where you're meeting with most of the faculty or the dean, and you are given the opportunity to ask any questions. And you should really do your research about the schools in regards to questions that you might have, things that you might be interested, like if you want to specialize or if you want to know how often students who graduate from that school do get accepted into a specialty rotation and get matched for the match program, or maybe you want to know about the different types of research opportunities that are offered there. Those are some of the questions that you want to think about, and that's where you would ask them. Alright guys, so those are the 5 things that you should expect on your interview day. 1, you're going to be meeting a lot of people, so be very personable, be yourself, and just make a great impression. 2, make sure you get a tour of the campus, be familiar with it, because that could help you determine whether or not you want to attend that school or maybe a different school that you're also considering. 3, finances. Take good notes because that will also be a huge difference between different schools. 4, your interview, the most important and crucial step of that interview day, and make sure you know what type of interview is going to be conducted and prepare for it. And 5, FAQs. Research your school and be ready with any questions that you may have about their program. Guys, so that's it for this video. Those are the 5 things to expect on your dental school interview day. Hopefully it helps. Good luck to all of you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Michael also has a video on 5 dental school interview mistakes, so make sure you check that out. They're actually really great tips as well. I'll leave a link up here. If you liked and enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or would like any other tips about dental school interviews, leave a comment down below and I'll try my best to get back to you. I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye.
What's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube? It's Tristan.
Oh my god, it's Tristan. What's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube? It's Tristan. Why would you do that? But I'm Tristan. Everybody's Tristan.
Who's Tristan?
Who's Tristan?
Hui.
Hui.
Oh, Hui.
Why would you do that?